Hello and welcome to the Brave Frontier Valentines 2021 Hero Selector Tickets. Today we're talking about the units that you can get from that and which ones you may or may not want to go for. Let's start off with the ones you do not want to go for sure. Those units would be Long, Fang, Randolph Nerina, Vector, Renatus, and Galeen. Now, why do you not want to go for these units? Well, for a variety of reasons. You don't want to go for Long, Fang, or Galeen simply because they are always available. No matter what summoning gate you're summoning on, they will always be there. Long and Fang are in the most common summon pool, so you're more likely to get them than Galeen, that's for sure. But Galeen is in the second most common pool, so you are still very likely to get her just by doing summons as is. As for Vector and Renatus, they're both available right now. You can go and get them. Just do it. So you can get them from doing the Valentines, Renatus from doing the Valentines 2020 dungeons. Vector you get from the Valentines 2020 Event Bazaar. And once you get a Renatus, you can get more from the Valentines 2020 Event Bazaar as well. So it is super useful. Especially Renatus, he has a DBB with green, but it's not worth using a ticket to get either of these units. And as for the last one, Randolph and Nerina, why would you not want to pick them up? Well, quite simply, they are a little bit outclassed by other dark units you can get, such as Noxa and Liko, both of which are both in the second most common pool, and are not seasonal units. Of course, if any of these units, Vector, Randolph Nerina, and Renatus, you just do not have you're not going to be able to get them through other means, and you have the rest of the units, okay, fine, it's nice to pick them up for collection purpose. Vector also does have a DBB with Galeen, so there is that going on for him as well. But that's enough about the units you do not want. What about the units you do want? Well, starting off, we have Fa. She is great for a mono water squad, partially because she's a water unit, and because her buffs for crit damage and EDBD are specifically for water units. She also has a triple attacking SBB that has double AoE. Both of her AoE attacks have damage relative to remaining HP, so that's going to be dealing a lot more damage than regular attacks that don't have that effect. On top of the fact that she can use her BB and use her SBB immediately in the same turn, especially if you have the enhancement that boosts her BB gauge to max on her BB SBB. So she winds up doing a lot of damage and getting even more damage if you have that enhancement. So a super solid unit. She's a truck and does a really good job at hitting like a truck. Up next we have Hypeia, who is the unit I'm going to be getting myself. She is a mitigator with a 10% BB gauge cost reduction for all allies on her extra skill. She also has an 18% instant overdrive gauge fill on her SBB, that's 3% per ally, a chance for revive on UBB, as well as, through enhancements, LS, ES lock, and DOT purge on UBB, making her great for cleansing those nasty debuffs that some bosses can give you. She also has a DBB with Suizan and Asha. The latter DBB with Asha has recast, so that's pretty cool and makes her very versatile. She actually works very well with Osiris, because Osiris's mitigation is added into enhancements, so you can run both on the same squad and not have to worry about the mitigation enhancement on Osiris, so you can go for something else. Up next we have Suizan. Suizan is a two-trick pony, but the two tricks he does really well. He makes for a very good lead for Mono Thunder, having generic spark and crit damage, on top of having BB gauge fill on spark. Though because this is generic, he works even outside of Thunder, but of course you want to use him for Mono Thunder because he's a Thunder unit. He also has the generic spark and crit boost on SPP, therefore just improving on what he can already do through his leader skill. So if you are looking to do more damage with the Thunder Squad, Suizan would be a good choice for you. Next up we have Kyria, who is a light mitigator, so she's already kind of not doing too hot. There are better light mitigators out there in Shutong and Sarah Anya. However, Kyria does have the added benefits of being good for RC7 due to her SPB having a taunt and boost to attack and defense. meaning she's going to be taking a lot of damage as well. She's going to be taking in the damage, but also like not taking a lot of damage, which is pretty cool. She can also fill in a light EDBD slot if you're missing that and you need that for some reason, but there's still probably better units you can use as leader than Kyria, but if you need her, she's there for that. Definitely one of the weaker units for among these 5. And the last unit I want to bring up is Nimra. Nimra is probably like the go-to choice if you don't already have her and you did not get her from the Valentines daily tickets. Simply because she, well, one, is a seasonal unit and isn't always available, so that right there makes her very appealing for this ticket to begin with. But she also has a chance for revive on BB, so good last-ditch effort for trying to get out of hero situations. Has the same sort of OD gauge, instant OD gauge fill as Hypea, and 18% with a 3% per ally left alive, as well as defense into attack and recovery conversion. So you're getting more attack and recovery based on how big your defense stat is. Pretty awesome. She has guaranteed recast on her UBB, along with her UBB having a revive first at other effects second, so any units who you get to revive with that UBB gets the recast and everything else Nimra provides. She winds up being a good pair for extra action units that have Master of the Hunt on them, such as Yuki. So you can use Yuki's UBB with the Master of the Hunt effect to get the extra action on top of the 85% recast, with Nimra's 25% recast that's added in through SP on her SPB. Nimra also winds up being a fairly good pair with Soizun, having similar yet different effects. So you can use both Soizun and Nimra on the same squad, and have 2 really good support units. If I had to put these in a top 5, I would probably go Kyria is number 5. I can count. Soizun is number 4. Hypea is number 3. FA is number 2. And Nimra is number 1. But of course, this all depends on what units you already have. So if you already have FA and you have 2 FAs, you can have more than one. It's up to you. Don't go for FA. You're not going to get much out of having a 3rd FA as you would having Hypea or Nimra. But yes, it's entirely depending on what units you already have. These are the units I recommend in that order, so pick them up as you see fit. Hopefully this video, albeit rather quick, does help you decide with which unit you should pick up with this Hero Selector Ticket. If you thought this video was useful, please leave a like down below. Definitely helps out with the channel statistics. If you want to see more content like this, definitely subscribe to the channel so you can see when content goes out in your subscription box. If you want to be notified as to when these videos go out, hit the bell button down below as well. Or you can follow us on Twitter, which the link to the Twitter account is in the description down below, as well as the link to our Discord server, which you can join in, talk about Brave Frontier, get help one-on-one over on the server, and maybe help out with video ideas if you want to potentially make videos yourself, or if you have an idea for a video you would like to see. You can definitely recommend it in the comments down below or on the Discord server. And I think that about does it for this video. Thank you once again for visiting the Grand Guide Library. We hope to see you next time.